Monday movement energy in Qigong. Was channeling. I pulled the cards while I was there, and then it cut out. So I'm here with the reading part of that, but also for our meditation Monday. I thought I'll combine the two so that rather than them being separate. So if you're here for the meditation, stay to the end. So the cards that I pulled, we were working with the angels and ancestors, and what was coming through in the channeling. God, my brain, it's like it goes blank because it's not, I feel like it's not me, it's source, God, goddess, whatever, was sort of speaking about joy, and how, hang on, let me tune back in. That would be easier. The movement helps with that, so it's a bit different when I do it just as a reading. So I've kind of asked for this week what it is we need to know. And the guidance that was coming through was about treasuring the moments that we have, allowing the joy to seep in our life, but not running from our emotions and our thoughts and our aches and niggles and pains. As I personally have been asking, like, how come I'm feeling so like achy, tired? What am I resisting? Because I know that is the body's resistance to the shifts. There's this sense of allowing the wisdom of our ancestors to flow through us. And one of the things that was said, or that felt that I was channeling in the previous video, was she was saying, and it felt like a feminine presence. Sorry, what am I not seeing? My eyes are itchy. The relevance for all. Okay. As the bones of our ancestors in the territories we walk, whether it's the territory we're living in or the territory we are from, they are in the soil. They are in the water they once drank and peed. The expression that you drink the pee of a dinosaur has been through and peed out of a dinosaur. Water's been everywhere. Water is us. It's like 80-90%. I can't remember the exact percentage within us. And as we often do when we walk past bodies, we send love to those bodies of water. Information was in the water, is in water. Our DNA coding is like a liquid plasmic water that is flowing to us and waking us up, flowing over us. The body and the bones and the structure of the being of the planet has the information of our ancestry within it, within our microbiome, within the microbiome of the soil that we need to help with that. That used to be like this, now this thick, for example. It was deep thick. But we have all that information, the minerals, and it's all connected. So the first card that we pulled was this one, was the Wise Woman. Grow within your current situation. Now, current situation collectively, globally, I know for some it might look quite dark, but there was this sense of allowing our desires, our intentions to step into. And like I said before, I was talking about how this bubbling, brushing up against energies is kind of affecting people. And you can see it playing out in our societies, how it's triggering. But there's a purpose to this. Everything has a divine purpose. The thing that I'd said on me, I think it was on Instagram, is now this bubble is burst. I think, actually, no, I uploaded it. So there is a video where I talk about the bubble being burst and how the energies are merging, the frequencies are coming together, people are coming together, those that resonate each other coming together. That's part of this in discerning and making our own choices. But also above and beyond of that, there's this sense of it's all relative. So time and space does not exist outside of this reality. In a sense, it is, the past is shifting and evolving as much as our future is shifting and evolving in the way that we see it. So as we tap into these connecting loops in time, we can relive different ways of being, different beings of being. And when we step through this and into this multidimensional, and this is what's happening within our DNA structure, we chose to kind of almost forget, if you like, they call it the vow of forgetting. We chose in a way to go along a path and follow it to its conclusion in order to, I don't know, some might see it as a redemption path, some might see it as a path of just understanding. I see it as a path of growth. But it was kind of had to go through this type of energy in order to get to the energy to where it is, the leading edge of creation. And for the being, for the evolution of the planet to shift, to change, to be able to rehold and remember and all go through this awakening. It was a choice point, and now we're at another one. So some would say that was taken away, but it was kind of energetically chosen because of where we were and what was happening at the time. Our current situation is shifted. Now, that's on the deeper level, seeing from high perspective. On a kind of more 3D level, what is happening in your own life at the moment, and how can you draw on your own wisdom? Can you draw on that which is within you? Because our relationship, one of the things I said in the live this morning was our relationships are shifting, but this isn't just the relationships and co-creating and the bubbles that we're resonating and frequency joining with in groups and collective joint intention. We and our relationship with the aspect of the I am, the aspect of the self, the relationship we have with our emotions, the relationship we have with our body. This is very important for me because obviously I'm going with you with the movement in the Qigong, and how we move our body and what our body is capable of. Our body is an instrument, a tool. It is a sacred vessel to allow us to shift, to birth, to create, not just beings. And I don't just mean women, I mean all of us. The human is not a container for the soul. The body is contained within the soul. And as we move through the harmonics of our DNA, as it's upgraded and has been, it's not so much that we are upgrading, allowing new codes to come in, and sometimes even I put it in those terms. It's not that, it's the remembering, redefining and reawakening within the existing structure of the soul being that we have access to. The body is clicking back into place. So grow within. Even those words have such depth. It's going within, feeling that growth within you internally through with your emotional fields, your emotional intelligence, your thought forms, and how you see your thoughts, how you see them playing out and creating the situations that you're in, the loops that you're stuck on. You'll start to see it with such clarity this week, your relationship to it and every aspect of your being, as well as your body. You can see how and feel how it is evolving, and it might be feeling a little bit tired. It might be feeling a little bit like you need to move it, you need to feed it with different things, because the frequency of what you were putting in before is not there. But also a flip side to that, I found, for example, I know my body, if I eat clean, I know it's so much better. If I'm only eating fruits and veg and seeds, then I'm good. That's what resonates with my body the most. So it doesn't mean that I'm not feeling this kind of wanting to hold on to and going through this whole grieving of like, I want to still eat those grains and that chocolate and those processed bits and pieces. Um, and when I eat them, I feel the resistance in my body. So we're all, I mean, and that's using me as an example in transparency. I am not perfect, perfectly imperfect. Um, so what is the current situation that's happening is relationships as well, the dynamics between loved ones, between workspaces, and what resonates. You will see people leaving your life, and things leaving your life that are not in your highest good, and we will see whole ways of being going because it does not um, stand in the highest trajectory for humanity. So that is really important. That's the wisdom, that's the hour, that's the new moon intention, that's calling. That's the wise one is saying. She is your grandmother spirit. She is your great understanding, the matriarchal energy of nurturing the self and the growth and the being. So the spirit fox was the next one I pulled, which is trust your talents in changing times. This is such a shift. It's like the sand beneath us. So we need to be grounding in our movement, in our body, in tools and things that we use. All of these practices that there's lists and endless lists of different modalities. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Just go with what resonates with you. If you love coming to my Qigong classes and my blending the light language with the Qigong, great. I'd love to see you. It's there. It's what I'm drawn to create in order to serve. It also, it benefits me in doing it for myself, and it allows me the accountability to share that gift with others, to feel my body moving with the energies and allow it flowing through me and toning and allowing it to come out with these insights. They come more clarity. It's also grounding with these shifts and helps with the aches and the pains, etc. So this is my tuning into my trusting in my own talents. What are your talents? I mean, I love to paint. I went to art college, and my degree is actually in constructed textiles, believe it or not, and weaving. And now I feel like I weave with energies in a different way and create and weave through this tapestry that we call life. It's knowing where we enjoy and have fun and can bring the joy to others with the things that we love. What are they for you? How can you shift things? It's shifting perspectives outside of the known. The fox it stands for resilience. It was the energy of this month, one of our totems. They're beautiful creatures. We have one that lives behind us that at night we hear it when it goes through. And the other night I heard the doorbell thing go, and I went and I looked, and it stopped, and I looked, and I said to the animal, and you can do this with your pets, just send them images and emotions. They are very receptive to that. That's why their telepathy is kind of on the surface. They sense our thoughts. It's why you can see when an animal, if they're like relaxed around a person, it's because that person's relaxed. They can sense when you're in fear, when you are off kilter, and it makes them feel off kilter because they're empathically picking up that, and you may be picking up that from them. So step into your resilience and allow yourself to think outside of the box with things, with all the changes. It will help to stop us from being caught in this lack and fear and ego-based stuff. More, how can we be more in service, more community based. But that doesn't mean that we're like constantly give and not receiving. It's allowing ourselves to accept as well from others, and maybe not hiding from what our needs are, registering what those needs are. And then finally, oh, sorry, I didn't show you that beautiful fox there. Its mane and its wisdom. And it's also nature. It stands for, like their habitat is completely changed, and now they're still evolving through and doing what they need to do. Our energy of the earth is shifting around us, so it feels as though we've nothing to anchor, but you are the anchor. Within is the anchor, whatever you choose to call it, whatever your cultural beliefs are. It's expanding outside of that. Go within and connect to the fullness of you, and that is what Mirror Guardian, look at her, she's seeing the universe within herself. This is take time in reflection. This week is a really good time to journal, to reflect on who you are and who you want to be. I wrote a post that I'd read and I put it up, that the woman, I can't even remember what it was now, and it's on the phone. Hang on, see if I can get it up here, because I think these words have really, really resonated with me. No, it's not gonna. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Give it a moment. But yeah, take time to see what are you reflecting out in your persona. Ooh, you're going to end up sliding right into the phone. You get down that way. There we go. We are a mirror for others' emotions sometimes. We may not realise that we are projecting outwards, but what we see in others is what we need to shift in ourselves. So if you're complaining lots about someone, that thing that you are triggered by in them is something that needs to work. It's a growth point. It's a healing point. One, you can ask, why is it triggering me? But two, you can ask, do you do that? So it's about reflecting that inwards, not taking everything inwards, although there is a sense of that this season as we move in from late summer to autumn. We are kind of going in a little bit. This is the cycle we've had with the solstices, but and you know all that stuff. You don't need me to tell you. I'm sure that you are really, really well. There's no point. I feel as though there's plenty of people out there telling you this, and I don't want to be the noise of what that is. This is what I want to sink in, that it's also about these evolving changes, reflecting inward on what is right for you. Is this right for me? Whatever it is this food right for me that I'm about to eat? Is this relationship right that I'm about to enter? Is this contract? We are in this energy of the eclipse next to the end of the year. It's definitely in enlightening clarities and understandings, and it's not necessarily comfortable. That's why the resilience in the shifts is important, and that self-care is important. In the reading I was doing for a friend on Friday, that was coming up. But this is not just for her. This is all of us need to allow ourselves, okay, I this is my boundary of what I'm about and what is right for me. Now, for example, I'm going to use me as an example. And this is me giving you an example of how I'm stepping out of my own comfort zone and where my ego is going, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I feel completely comfortable doing a lot of the stuff I do, which is for free. But my guidance had said I need to learn to receive. This isn't, it's like going, you need to breathe in. There has to be ebb and flow, and you need to learn that. Now, I wanted to learn the embodiment of trust without, and knowing that actually if I weren't in that structure of society, I still was taken care of. And actually, I found the blessings of those around me that happened. However, I am pushing myself to step out of that comfort zone of just serving in one way to serving others, and actually valuing myself demonstrates to others the same thing. So accepting exchange, and even looking at money, like we've been working with the members about this, looking at money as an exchange energy. It's a neutral energy, even though the things that created it were quite rooted in negative, and a lot of it is. So I didn't like the frequency that went with that. So whenever it's near me, I shift that neutrality and know that within my hands it has the power to help. So, and for the planet, this is important, to be good for the planet, which is part of my values of what I want. So think about how that relates to you. What is it that you want to shift? What differences do you want to make in your mark? It may be that you just, in your frequency and what you're doing, and that's okay, just being. And in your relationships, is how you touch people. Maybe you're a healer, a nurse, or you get to speak to lots of people. But in every aspect of every relationship, where can you feel and make a difference? And what is it that needs to change? Where are you being pushed outside of the comfort zone to, as we said, grow within the current situation? Trust your talents in these changing times, and take time to reflect on this, to becoming and stepping into the beautiful divine being that you are. Love and blessings for you. Little housekeeping for members before we move into the meditation for the last 10 minutes. It was toot a second ago. That was lovely to see. That obviously I've joined our reading, and the energy weather report will be up. I will repost again to remind you of the cards I did for this month, for this coming October. If you want access to them, you just have to be a Patreon member, a full member. But there are plenty of stuff on my membership that you can access, including these lives. That any of them that kind of disappear, they go on there. So love and blessings for your now moment. If you're just here for the reading, I invite you now to connect, to go within. Let's have a little time of reflection with what's been said from our ancestry. So I was being given over on the heath this sense of the bones of the ancestors, and it's significant, the actual site where I've been doing this. I was working with the clearing there, because it's actually the last site in the UK where I think we had our last hanging there, I believe. There is some like information around there. So this is like, they're taking it as a big deal, and that energy felt like it needed to be not purified, but remembered and reset, if you like, just like we need a resetting and a signified into sacred, from a place that has maybe the blood has seeped into the land like scars in many places, and there's this sense of that only we can shift that in our intention, with our intention. So if there's an area that you know of, for example, that you feel that needs to, so we set that intention for there to be shift. Our relationship with the land is something I feel is evolving, and as more information comes to light, will evolve even further as we value things more. Our food sources, our food cycles, what we put into our body, what we put onto our body. But that's obviously something that resonates. If that doesn't, then please insert what resonates for you. I want you to remember your ancestry, and there's this sense of, look, we did things. This is, so I'm going to paraphrase this. We did things that way because that's what we knew. That was our understanding at the time. It doesn't mean that that was right. We've evolved. We evolve. We're on the leading edge of creation for a reason. That means we move forward, we shift, we change this constantly. We may go back over these cycles, these weather patterns, these energy patterns, but each time it's different because it's the different of the generation of the time. And it's ours to break out of those patterns and feel into the highest for ourselves, bringing forth the wisdom from ourselves, calling in that guidance from highest. Letting go of ego, of what this means, what that means, what's this for, what's that for, and feeling, being present. The divinity within, reflecting, looking in. And I want you to visualize that image I showed you of the woman looking in a mirror and looking in. Go into your heart within and see that universe within that's connected to everything that is, to the fullness, every cell, every microscopic, minute, tiny particle that makes up the being of your body, as it moves and shifts in its frequency, to hold it, the matter in this space, go beyond that and into the space within the molecules, and feel that which flows within every living thing. And feel it as it's been shifting you, as it's been lifting you, embodying deep within you. Filling with love, space, density, and light. I let go of my views of what is and only let that which is in the highest for humanity, in the highest trajectory of the soul, being, and that of all of humanity. Feeling the Mother Earth flow through me. And Grandmother Sky, grandfather, grandmother, forgetting the masculine, the feminine, feeling the balance, the blending. Letting go of concepts of the mind, in the turushkan, beyond that, feeling my senses expanding, holding the fullness of my being within my cellular memory, awakening every part of my being. Allow my words to be yours. Remember, remember, you are me, I am you, we are earth, we are sky, we are all the elements combined in Tadishko, and spirit remembered. And there's information in our solar system, beyond our solar system, part of us too, in that all the lines of blending of species that have made up that which is the human. We forgive past transgressions. Forgive ourselves for not doing what we feel we should. We let go of shame. And lethargy, feeling the movements as the awakening happens within each and every one of us. We set off a ripple, a cascade that has been happening for a few hundred years with sparks, but now is building momentum. The fires of desire, of intention, growing a light within. in Naishkuro Meata, an ash of growth of understanding through generations, is remembered and solidified in understanding. I feel the fire codes, the symbols. I feel my structure of my body and my being, that which you call DNA, enlightened, in kurumea, awakened, to its fullness, for its potential. Remembering who I am, rebalanced, as always, it has been, to presence, just breathe and listen to what's coming through for you, what images, feelings, thoughts, any discernments, what is needed to be known. I'm open and receptive to the highest aspect of myself, and I stand in my sovereign power. Expanding beyond any toxicity of the body, toxicity within the soul, the emotional field, the physical field, and the mental field. I acknowledge the gifts that they have brought me in awareness, in understanding my own resistance. I trust. I have courage to be the light and not fear the dark, because also the dark is us. The shadow is to be seen as it evolves, the density evolves, as matter evolves, I feel the presence of that which I call the Black Cat Guardian Order. They are the sacred space, the breath between, the space between the particles, the holding, the anchoring of the light, the embodiment of the being. Nitiku oro da. Peliata shknoshna, the sacred divinity of creation. Inaya dash of the joining of the flame, split at birth. Eahania turushkuro, or through time, the balance and the bridge of the mind. Ia nuishiana eatea. Just breathe and feel and make mental notes of what's coming to you. Ea satane kiana no kuro mata. Kiana kishkuro konaya. Ashiana. Kia kuro niana gishknia no kuro mai. Isaturush kina hashkniata. Ishkanadu kunomiata taka. Ekanana kniata taka huru kumo. Ishana niaturu kuma. Eashana kiala. Ka e su uruknuma. Ishia hane atoku. Just breathe and be present and witnessing your body, your emotions, your thoughts. Thank you for your guidance, your inner being's wisdom. Bringing yourself and your awareness back to the body, if feeling the tunnels around you, being present are always for you to step into. Feeling the grounding, anchored presence of Mother Nature, and bring to mind somewhere in nature to help ground you further. Mountain, very grounded and anchored, but yet connected to that which is in the highest. May all contrast on this earth be wrapped in love and understanding. May humanity step into the shifts and change with ease and grace, feeling the grace of the divine presence, regardless of what we call it, moving through us, showing us the joys in every little detail, every little cell and every being. Iuruturushka, reverence for that wrapped around anything. Bowing to the sovereignty of the being that is all. I thank you for your time. Blessings in your day. Thank you for watching. Let me know if this helps or what came through for you. But spend a little bit of time now, I'm still feeling, to anchor to ground, to drink some water. And every time you drink water, every time you put food into your mouth, give thanks for the life that nourishes you, for those that prepared it, for the blessing of the breath that runs in your veins. Feel that gratitude cementing and anchoring first in you, but in everything rippling out around you in the co-creation of this being, other beings, every being. Thank you. I hope your week goes well and that you find solace in the understandings and the clarities that are flowing to you and through you at this moment. Allow your grief of letting go of who we were, what we were, and go beyond and be excited about who we are becoming, the shifts that are happening. Focusing on that, bringing it quicker, is up to us. Take care. And members, I will see you for the reports that I'm writing and getting up for October for our weather of frequency. We're calling it a name, but yeah, it's about us having some kind of structure, or me exactly having a structure to help cement all of this wisdom in how it can help us in our daily life. So if it serves you, it's there. Thank you for your time.